You know, for a franchise that's called The Maze Runner, I expected every movie to have like a maze throughout, but I guess whatever. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about The Maze Runner, The Scorch Trials, the second film in the Maze Runner franchise that's based off a series of books, from my understanding, just like The Hunger Games and Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, except these are teen books, so just like Harry Potter and Hunger Games. Yeah, I mean, what did I think of the movie? Let's get into this. First of all, I want to say that I enjoyed the original Hunger Games film. If you haven't seen that review, go check it out. Basically, we see that Thomas and his friends are all being rescued from the last movie, remember that? And we see that he's just waking up from a bad dream. That's a good way to start the movie, I guess. Yeah, he wakes up and, you know, he thinks he's safe. It seems like everything is okay. But apparently, these people that saved him are still the same organization that they thought they got away from in the last movie, Wicked. And yeah, okay, if your company is called Wicked, there's clearly some issues there, but whatever, moving on. So Thomas and his friends escape, and you know, there's still some mystery there about these guys and about their past. Thomas is still trying to remember some of his past that he still can't remember. And yeah, they're on the run, and that's pretty much the whole movie. They're just on the run, and they get into these encounters with other characters that they've never met before, and they're trying to learn a little bit, but they don't really learn too much, which is kind of saddening. You know, you're trying to learn more about these characters and where they came from and what the hell's going on. Why are they being treated like this from Wicked? What is Wicked up to, for all that, you know, for all that matters? We don't really get a lot of answers in this movie. We get some zombies, which is interesting. The zombies, you know, I hate it when movies, when they have zombies, they say, what is that? It's like, it's a zombie, you idiot. I'm sure you guys had TVs at some point, or movies or whatever. So I mean, come on, really? Anyways, Hollywood, it's okay to call them zombies. We're not gonna laugh at you. We understand. We know what they're called, and I'm sure somewhere in their history books, in these, you know, movie universes, I'm sure they had books that had the definition of zombies. There's a lot of action in this movie throughout, which is pretty satisfying, even though it's a lot of that shaky cam, which can be kind of annoying at times. There's a few little thrills here and there with some, you know, zombies popping out in the dark out of nowhere. So cheap little thrills, I guess you can say. The characters are the characters that you know. The new characters are a warm welcome, I think. I grew to enjoy some of these new characters, especially, I forgot his name, but from Breaking Bad. He played the bad guy in Breaking Bad that Walter dealt with, I believe, in season 3 and 4. And Littlefinger is in this movie. Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, not as Littlefinger, but the actor is there, and he's playing this new role, which is pretty much a douchebag role, just like he is in Game of Thrones, and he's very conniving, just like in Game of Thrones. So, yeah, so there's some new characters here. Some are interesting, some aren't as well developed as others. But the ones that are developed are pretty well. Thomas is the one that's mostly the movie is focusing on the most. We don't get too much of development from some of his friends. We get a little bit here and there, but not too much. Thomas obviously is the main character, and you know, they focus on him solely throughout the film. This is definitely one of those second films that you can tell it's just there to bridge the gap from the first movie to the third film. And I don't know how many books there are. I'm guessing there's 3 books. And hopefully the third one will be the last one, and it will explain everything. Because I think if you are one of those people that notices like movies that are based off books where the second film, like, I know The Two Towers, a lot of people complain about this one. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was one of those movies that a lot of people complained about it, that it didn't really do much for the story, the full story of Lord of the Rings, because it was just the middle piece, so people consider that the weakest of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think that is very much seen in this movie. It's definitely doesn't take the story in any direction. It's there it is. Okay, guys, this is like the hamburger meat, but it's a little rotten. I shouldn't say that, because I actually enjoyed this movie. So I'm going to give my rating right now, guys. I'm giving The Maze Runner: The Scorch Trials a 7 out of 10. I thought it was entertaining. You know, it doesn't go anywhere, like I was saying, but I mean, I had a good time with it. What can I say? I thought it was... There were some moments where I think that, like, there was this moment where Thomas and one of the new characters go into a bar together, and it's not a bar, but it's like some drunk owns it, right? And he's gathering like kids and getting them all drunk in there. It's like a nightclub almost. And I thought it was a dumb scene. There are a couple of other moments that were a little bit boring here and there, but for the most part, I had a good time at the theater. I didn't fall to sleep, so it had me keeping my interest throughout the film. Just some moments I wish that I could have skipped, but whatever. For what it's worth, if you enjoyed the first Maze Runner movie, I think you're gonna enjoy this one. I enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed this one. I mean, it's one that I'll probably watch again, especially when it comes out on Blu-ray. I'll buy it and check it out again a couple more times, and I'm looking forward to the third one still, so that says something. Yeah, the audience I was with enjoyed it too. Everybody started clapping at the end. I didn't, because I didn't think it was that great, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed myself. So I don't know, guys. If you're a fan of the books, go check it out. If you're a fan of the first film, go check it out. I think it's worth it. And until next time, take care.